I want to first ask you, Mr. Phillips, have you had any contact, that means by text, in person, smoke signals, whatever it might be, any contact with the defendant or his attorneys since you were sitting in court on Friday?
No, sir.
So I want to go back to the end of the first incident. And you understand when I say first incident and second incident, you understand what I mean, right?
If you could be more detailed, just so we can be on the same page.
Sure. So the first incident is going to be the incident by the parking garage by the W. The second incident is going to be where the shooting happened in the parking lot. So when I say first incident, I mean the first incident. Second incident is the one in the parking lot. You understand that now?
Yes.
So I want to ask you, how did the first incident by the parking garage entrance, how did that end? What caused that to end?
By me telling Rocky to go around the corner, and also by Ills, I guess, trying to calm down Rap.
You would agree that that first incident ended only because there were literally people walking by the defendant as he took out that gun, correct?
No.
Do you remember people walking by the defendant as he had the gun out?
I remember seeing people walk up the hill, yes.
Listen to my question. Do you remember seeing individuals walking directly by the defendant after he removed the gun and had the gun in his hand?
I did not see individuals walking directly next to him.
Okay, let me show you. We're going to put up again People's 15. So I want you to watch. You're going to see steps. There's the gun out. Now they're off camera, and you see, stop it. Did you see two sets of footsteps that were walking from the direction
Right up
to
here,
the
yeah.
left of the screen, past where you guys were all standing, toward the right of the screen?
Yes.
And would you agree that if we rewind that, they are literally walking by? You can't see where they are, but you can see their feet. They are walking by literally the spot where the defendant has the gun at the time he has the gun out, correct?
Can I see it again?
Sure.
Who are those people?
They're
Why
off
are they
screen now. There's the gun is put back, and there are those individuals. You would agree they've walked extremely close, if not directly by where the incident was occurring, correct?
They walk by us, yes.
So you would agree that if Mr. Mayers had decided to use that gun right at that point, that would have been directly in front of those individuals.
Can you rephrase it?
So if he had decided, I want to take that gun out, and I want to use it, I want to shoot it at Relly, that would have been done directly in front of those two people.
I can't answer a hypothetical question, but he did not do it on the screen.
Listen to my question. You just agreed that they were literally walking by the exact spot where this incident was going on, correct?
Yes.
So what I'm telling you, asking you, would you agree, sir, that if Rocky at that point, Mr. Mayers, had actually used the gun that we saw him remove, it would have been done directly in front of those people?
Objection, close to speculation.
overruled?
I can't agree because you see him going in the opposite direction, and you can see the people walking in another direction from him. You don't see them running. You don't see them trying to like evade anything. You just see them walking.
So I didn't ask you, sir, if in fact those individuals ever saw the gun. I asked you, would you agree that if he had decided to use the gun at that point, it would have been right where those people were, correct?
Just say no.
I can't agree.
All right. What, after the first incident ended, would you agree that although Relly was angry, he did not ever respond by pulling any weapon himself, correct?
Correct.
And would you also agree that, as you're personally aware, Relly never had any weapon with him that you ever saw during either of these two incidents, correct?
Aside from using his hands, I didn't see anything else.
So I just asked you about a weapon. Did you consider Relly's hands to be a weapon?
Honestly, yes.
Okay, so other than his hands, did he have a weapon? Gun, knife, club, any weapon that you saw?
To be honest, I only seen his hands, and his hands could be considered a weapon.
If you can answer the question I'm asking, it would be helpful. Listen to my question, sir. Did you ever see any weapon other than his hands in Relly's possession at any point during either of the two incidents?
I seen his hands, yes.
Just come on, Twelvyy. Just
All right.
no.
Your Honor, the court is
Mr. Phillips, this is what he's asking. We understand that you believe that Relly's hands were weapons.
Yes.
What he's asking you, though, is did you see him with a gun at all, any time that night?
I said no. I said
All right.
no weapons.
Did you see him with a knife?
No,
Did you see him with a club?
no.
Did you see him with any kind of weapon that could be, offensive weapon that could be used against someone else?
Thank you, Your Honor. What is the first thing that you remember happening after the first incident ended? So what happened?
After the first incident happened, I'm sorry, what's left? After the first incident happened, I just recall Rocky being around the corner first, because I told him to go. Also, Ills trying to calm Rel down. Rel in the back, kind of angry and like volatile, getting ready to make a move, but I'm telling Rocky, yo, leave. You know, so that's the first thing I seen. First thing I seen was Rocky leave, then Ills speak to Relly, and then Relly start picking up more energy to like get closer to Rocky.
And it's your testimony at this point in time, you have not seen Relly hit anyone, correct?
Not yet.
Okay. And you've also talked about how large and muscular Relly is, correct?
Yes.
You mentioned that Relly is much stronger than you. He's much stronger than Ills. He's much stronger than Mr. Mayers, correct?
Yes.
So would you agree, sir, that the reason that Relly hasn't hit anybody at this point in time is because Relly didn't want to hit anybody at this point in time?
Question, Your Honor, for the state of mind, speculation,
Read the question back, please, guys.
Would you
Yeah,
agree, sir, that the reason that Relly hasn't hit anybody at this point in time is because Relly didn't want to hit anybody at this time?
Sustain.
Was
He
there
doesn't know
anything
what
preventing Relly from punching Ills?
What?
At that moment, I feel like his eyes was on Rocky. So I'm not too sure what was his state of mind. I'm not too sure.
I didn't ask you state of mind. I'm going to ask you again. He's right next to Ills, correct?
Yes.
Is there anything that would have stopped him from physically being able to punch Ills?
He did end up punching Ills.
You just testified that he did not punch Ills.
No, I'm saying he did end up punching Ills. So can you explain it to me so I can understand?
Sure. I'm only talking about this first incident, all right? You're saying, you talked about how Relly is angry.
Yes.
And even though I didn't ask you, you interjected during the last question how Relly was, quote, planning his
Answer the
next
question
move
so we
or
can
about to
continue.
make a move.
The objection already made it.
Overruled.
So my question is, since you said Relly was, quote, about to make a move, you would agree that at that point in time, we're still at the first scene, at the parking structure, there was nothing to stop Relly from punching Ills right at that time, correct?
Correct.
There was nothing to stop Relly from punching you at that time, correct?
I wasn't that close. It was space between us.
Well, did you ever see Relly charge you and try to punch you?
Yes, I did.
So you're telling me that at that first incident, you're now testifying that Relly tried to punch you?
I'm saying when we turned the corner, this is still a part of the same incident. I understand you trying to separate it, but it's still the same incident when he's coming around the corner.
And you're telling me Relly tried to punch you when he went around the corner?
Yes.
And can you tell us where in your statement you ever mentioned this fact that you're now testifying today?
Objection, Your Honor, it's not his statement into this.
It's a statement that they provided.
The objection's over.
You want me to show you the statement?
I don't need to see the statement.
Have you ever told the defense that that Relly tried to punch you in this case?
I had to tell them that because you can see it clear on the video. He's coming towards me.
So you're saying he's coming towards you and you're saying he tried to punch you. Which is it? Did you physically see him with his fist try to punch you?
So, would you like me to explain? I can explain.
No, I
what
want
the
you to
incident-
answer the question I've asked you.
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes.
So-
For one, after he hit Ills, I heard him running towards me, and then that's when I juke and I run to the side.
Wait a minute, you just testified, sir, that Relly never tried to hit Ills at the first scene. That didn't happen until the second scene.
These questions are confusing.
Okay, I'm explaining the whole situation. So to you, it might be one incident, two incidents. To everybody, it's just one incident.
No, sir, I clarified with you, and you told me you understood. We were talking about two separate incidents. I asked you specifically what happened during the first
So the first incident.
I'm not done with my question. When I'm done, you'll know.
Judge, objection. When I'm done, we'll know. Argumentative bad room.
Argument is sustained because it's being argued.
Yikes.
Sir, please listen to my question. I'll let you know when the question is over. You were previously asked whether or not Relly hit Ills during the first incident. You said no. Do you recall that testimony?
Yes.
You are now saying that, in fact, Relly did hit Ills during the first incident, correct?
I'm not saying Relly hit Ills during the first incident. No, he did not hit Ills during the first incident.
So
There
I
we
want
go.
to be clear. I'll let you know when I'm talking about the second incident.
No problem.
So what I asked you is you would agree that had Relly wanted to hit either of the three of you, Ills, yourself, or the defendant, during the first incident, and between the first and the second incident,
Yes.
there was nothing physically from stopping him from doing that.
If we talk about the first incident, right?
Yes.
The first incident where
We know
he
that.
put his hands on Rocky.
Yes.
Okay, so the first incident, he did put his hands on somebody.
Your Honor, can the court, I have a limited time. The witness is repeatedly, intentionally not answering my
Yeah.
questions.
Your questions suck.
Ask very carefully to the question and just answer the question. Okay, ask the question again.
Isn't it true that during the first incident and between the first and second incident, that there was nothing physically preventing Relly from punching or hitting you or Ills or the defendant? That's a yes or a no question. Do you agree that that is correct?
I don't agree.
So my question is, can you tell me, you've explained how strong Relly is. You explained that he's stronger than you, he's stronger than the defendant, he's stronger than Ills. So my question is, what exactly was preventing him from punching any of the three of you during the first incident or between the first and the second incident?
I don't know what exactly was stopping him aside from Ills saying, trying to calm him down. Ills was trying to calm him down. And also, we were trying to get from where we were. So maybe because we were moving, that's the only thing that could have stopped him from hitting us, because we were moving away from him.
Well, Relly did not chase after the three of you running and trying to assault any of you, correct?
He did.
He followed us.
He
Do you know the
followed them.
difference between following and chasing somebody?
No.
Well, I feel like there's different ways to follow. You can follow by walking or you can follow by running.
Was he running after you guys, chasing you at any point in time?
We didn't run, we walked around the corner.
So if you walked around the corner and Relly did not catch up to you, then you agree he was not running after you, trying to catch you, correct?
That's not true because when we turned the corner, Relly was right next to it.
So now your testimony is that in fact Relly was chasing you down, is that correct?
I said Rel was following Ills. He was following Ills.
So when you get to the area where the second incident occurred, I want you to describe exactly what happened when the second incident began. So I want you to actually
So
explain
we're
to
moving
us,
on.
you're walking between the first incident and the second incident, and I want you to now describe how does the second incident start?
And so we're on the same page. Can you explain to me, to yourself, where do you feel as though the second incident started?
Well,
Good question.
the second incident, you testified on direct, started when you get to the parking lot.
No, I know what I said, but you asked me a question. I just want to be able to answer the question efficiently.
When you get to the parking lot, that is when, in your mind, the second incident started, correct?
To me, as soon as we turn the corner,
Okay, so which corner are you describing when you turn? And I'm not going to make you do streets because I know it's complicated. My question is, are you talking about when you turn the corner
He's
right
wasting
where
his
the parking
time.
lot is, where the second incident starts? Are you talking about when you turn the corner leading the first
Thank you,
incident?
Dr. EJ.
so basically, from my recollection, because I can't see the video right now, the second incident starts as we turn the corner.
Turn the corner
As we make the left. I believe we made the left.
into the parking lot where the second incident, where the shots were fired, or are you talking about when you first leave a block and a half away?
So notice if we left a whole block away, we started walking. We didn't run because this is still a front, and there was no plans or anything to do to him. So why would we run from a front? We just walking down the block. So also giving him time to just, I guess calm down. So we just walked down the block.
So you're talking about when you turn left, you mean after you've been walking and you get to where the parking lot is, where the shooting happened, correct?
So as soon as we got down the block and go to turn to the corner, we come around the corner a little bit.
First incident, second incident.
Rel attacks Ills.
Okay. And can you describe how he attacked Hills?
From my recollection, he started swinging. He started just, throwing punches.
And those punches were landing on Hills, correct?
Yes.
And you ended up seeing an injury to Hills' upper knuckles, correct? You've seen the injury, is that right?
Excuse me?
Judge Jackson.
Hills or?
Not Hills, I'm sorry. My fault. You've seen the injury to Relly's upper knuckles, correct?
I never seen him in person, so can you show me?
So let me ask something. Were you aware that Relly suffered an injury the night of November 6th to his upper knuckles? Upper finger, excuse me.
From what I heard, but I never seen an injury.
Okay, I'm going to show it to you now.
Your Honor, could you call me up there?
He's wasting so much time.
See?
I agree, Rice Street said 403. Sitting there arguing about the first incident and the second incident. That jury's probably like,
This is April 17.
what's your
You
point?
see the injuries to his knuckles? Actually, the top of the fingers. You see those injuries to the first three?
Yes.
Have you ever seen that before?
I've probably seen it like on the internet, but I never seen it up close. I never seen it.
And did you see it that night?
No.
Your position is you said Ills was getting punched by Relly, correct?
Yes.
And I don't want to get myself in trouble. Was that with a fist or an open hand?
I know it was his hand. I'm not too sure of the positioning of his hand.
You would agree and you said before in your direct evidence, your direct testimony and cross-examination, on Friday you said that Relly punched Ills repeatedly with a fist. Do you recall that?
Yes,
So you're now talking about that's the incident you're referring to where Ills was punched by Relly, correct?
yes.
And that was with a fist, correct?
Yeah, fist is on your hand, so I believe so.
And that was multiple times, correct?
I believe so, yes.
And you explained that Relly is extremely strong, correct?
Yes,
And we showed you the pictures of Ills from the next night, and you agreed you couldn't see any visible injuries, correct?
I never said that Ill's face was broken. I never said he had a black and blue on his eyes. I said
Motion
he
to
had,
strike is non-responsive.
Sustained.
Listen to my question. You testified on Friday that you agreed that Ills did not have any visible injuries, correct?
oh, can you rephrase that? Do you mean by in the video that you showed the next day, you didn't say the video of the event? Because we can't.
Well, Armin, are you saying you remember him having visible injuries?
I'm asking you, can you rephrase it? Because you're just saying, you're saying from the video or what event?
Well, let's take it one at a time. You testified on Friday that the visible injury, you said that his lip was
Yeah, it's
bleeding.
confusing.
That was bleeding, yes.
And you agreed that in the video that you saw, you couldn't see his lip bleeding.
Judge Brooks objection, which video? That's what he's asking.
Well,
Which video?
I showed you a video
Would you like to show me again?
on Friday.
You talking about the video that was taken the following day?
Yes, the video
That's
taken
the
the
video he's
following
talking
day,
about.
where he has the flag on.
John, you're confusing everybody, man. No, not the video, the first video. And then the other day you said about the first video in the second event that actually the first video you saw him being injured, but in the second video on the third event, he wasn't injured because you didn't see his lip bleeding. But on the first event, did you actually see Relly hit somebody that led to him harming himself in the second event in the second video? Hey, are y'all following? Because maybe it's just me. Listen, sometimes I'll just be missing it.
You said, we had it up there.
Yes.
You could not see any visible injury to his face, correct?
Also,
Is that correct?
Yes or no?
yes.
So my question to you is, if Relly is punching him multiple times with his fist, do you know why there was no visible injury?
I have no idea.
Okay. I want to now show you, you've said that, let me ask it this way. So it's your position that the second incident started because Relly attacked Ills. Is that correct?
Yes.
And it's your position that that incident started and
Who's on
that
first?
it was the defendant pulling out what you said is a prop gun in response to that. Is that correct?
Can you rephrase that?
You're saying that the defendant pulled the prop gun out, what you said is a prop gun, in response to Relly punching Ills.
From the first situation or the second video? Because I'm trying to be sure.
In the second incident,
Yes.
you said the second incident started when all of a sudden Relly starts attacking Ills, punching him.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes.
And you've also, I want to be clear, you said that on direct examination that that is the reason that you saw that the defendant pulled out the gun because he was trying to protect Ills who was under attack. Is that correct?
In the second situation?
Yes.
Can you show me the video so we could all see it together and I can explain to you?
Oh, we're going to watch the video,
Yes.
but before that, I'm asking you, that is what you have said, correct?
Yes.